I'm so sorry. Actually, I was talking in the last live. We started at 10 o'clock, but then I found out my Bose microphone or whatever this is pretty expensive. Mr. Bose, get this right. People could not hear me, so I just started it again. Thank you for joining, and I really appreciate everybody who can ask me lots and lots of questions. I'm here to answer. Boy, I can't spell hello. Hello there, right? Let's see here. Hello there. Please ask me questions. Hi, Elijah. How are you, buddy? Good to meet you. And I'm sure a lot of other people will be. I just, I do brisk walking in the morning, 1 hour with my two buddies. And that's why I'm just kind of dressed up with my sweatsuit and things like, hi, Elijah. Thank you. And I think Joshua will be joining. Dylan will be joining, and maybe Olga will join, and lots of my friends who ask me questions, and my investor students and so forth. I'm here to, answer your questions. I was talking about entrepreneurship. As a matter of fact, I retired 2 years back. I can't tell you, I get up in the morning and I am so charged up. I'm so excited because I used to get up like 7 o'clock and snooze button and this and that when I had a W-2 job, and now I am my own boss and I'm on my CEO. I can get up at 5 o'clock and 5:30 and be excited about it. Hi, Brian. How are you? It's good to have you. Please ask me, questions on multifamily syndications. That's the world I've lived in last 10 years, 11 years, and I've done 26 syndications so far. And, just love it. Love every moment of it. And so please ask me questions, and I'm here to answer, going live and, make a difference in the lives of people. That's all I'm, really excited about. And, so nice to talk to you. Right there, Dylan. How are you, buddy? Yeah, Brian, Elijah, Joshua, everybody. So please ask me some questions so that I can answer. I am writing 2 blogs a week, by the way, just to let everybody know. Please go to my website, vinneychopra.com, VINNEY Chopra.com, and you can look into also all the blogs that I'm writing on the multifamily investing and syndication. That's the world I live in on a daily basis. We also manage all our portfolio, all the 26 syndications we have done, 26 communities we have bought. 12 of them I bought in the last 2 years, and we are doing really, really well. Actually, one I just accepted an offer for 8.5 million. I just bought it for 3.5 million or a little more change after that, 3 years back. So it's really, Dylan is asking me how to determine the path of progress in a market. Dylan, very good question, buddy. The best thing is you want to go to the area. Let's say, for example, if you're going to Columbus, Ohio, just for example, or you're going to Phoenix, Ohio, or like that, you want to talk to the brokers and go to Chamber of Commerce, and you go to local authorities of building permits, and you can ask them, where are people getting more building permits for restaurants, for motels, for strip shopping centers, for Best Buy, for Walmart? Those are the people. They do a lot of research. When they are opening up a Walmart, they spend, I don't know, millions of dollars, I'm sure, to find out where the path of progress is going to be of the metro area, like in Dallas, in Fort Worth, in Atlanta, all over the place. Metro areas, you go to the building, building office, I think building permit office, but also you want to really find out, drive around. When you drive around, you will see some new construction going on. In the path of progress, you want to actually see that, some people like to really buy land in the path of progress. I'm not that kind of guy. I don't believe in sitting on land and then waiting for 10, 15 years, to see if somebody's going to, bring the path of progress towards that land. I believe in when people have already started looking at it, they've done some research and the jobs are coming, And then the new motels are coming, new Starbucks are coming, new shopping centers are coming. Like I went with my attorney over there in north of Dallas, Frisco, Milton Cole Grove. His office, he's one of my very best friend and attorney, real estate attorney. Anybody needs an attorney who is really great, Milton Cole Grove in Dallas, Texas, Carrollton, Texas is his office. Go and check him out. He's one of the very best. He's been with me 10 years, and he and I spent a day. Actually, he picked me up at the airport, and it was a candy, like a candy man. Investors candy, I called him, because he showed me to Frisco and Denton and McKinney, Texas. This is last year, I think. And I said, oh my gosh, look at these motels. Look at over here, these restaurants opening up. And they were opening like one a week. So I knew about Frisco way before a lot of people even thought about Frisco. I had 100 different pieces of news bulletins on Frisco in my Dropbox, So anyway, that's how you find it, Dylan. You find the path of progress in the market by going there, by driving around, by checking with the Chamber of Commerce, by going to the building permits office, by looking at where in the northwest, east, south, right? You meet with the property management companies in multifamily and sit down with them and you try to ask them, hey, let me ask you a question. Which area are you thinking? How long you been coming over here? How long you been doing business in this city? Where is the path of where are the people more gravitational? Where is the property value more? You always want to buy C or B properties in A areas. I say that in my podcast also. By the way, I finished 17 podcasts, guys, in the last 3 weeks. So I'm really, really happy. Please look at my podcast with Paul Moore, How to Lose Money. Check it out. Go to How to Lose Money, Google it, and Vinney Chopra. Rod Cleef just did second one with me, so that should be coming out too. And there are lots of different ones. If you go to VinneyChopra.com, www.VinneyChopra.com, VINNEY, Chopra.com, you will see all the podcasts, the show notes, everything. And also the comments from my investors. I've been running investments now for over 200 million. We control at peak. We have sold 10 of them. So in that way, my investors are very happy. We give about 18 to 24, 26% per year returns, which is exciting. And my $50 million fund is coming up middle of January, which is for the, raising money so that we can buy when the correction is coming. Correction will come. But, I believe in somebody asked me this morning in one of the calls that is correction coming and would you be out of the market? Never. You never want to get out of the market. You want to stay in the market because that's where you make great deals. When people are not buying, that's when you want to buy and be ready with the money. Hey, Carlos, how are you, buddy? Hi to all. Good to meet you, Carlos, again, buddy. Thank you. Ask some more questions. Ask some questions. Yay, Elijah. Elijah asked me, I know an apartment owner manager who says that in California, it's really hard to operate apartment complexes because tenant has more rights than the owner. You can and will be sued often, and it's emotionally hard. What can you say about it? Thank you, Elijah. Thank you for asking me that. What comes to my mind is like 11, 12 years back, I became broker in 2004. So that's like almost 13 years back. We wanted to open a shop here. We wanted to do multifamily in California, but the numbers didn't work. The cash on cash didn't work with my syndication model because you have to have 12% cash on cash and so forth. That's why we moved to Texas. I didn't move. I live in the Bay Area. You never have to move to the area where you invest. You don't have to do that anymore. But the thing is, you got to look for the states where there are very friendly laws for owners. Now in California, definitely people are doing business in California. I would say, please, you want to be doing the work correctly. I'm sorry, work meaning in the sense you want to deal with your business in a very professional way and abide by the laws. That's what I would say. With the residents, I never call tenants. Residents, you got to make sure you are in proper communication. And I know eviction laws are very hard here, and you have to give, if somebody leaves your home or duplex or fourplex or multifamily, within 3 weeks you have to give them their deposit back, or give them an explanation why you are not giving the deposit back. As a matter of fact, it just happened with us. We are selling our home in the valley, and by golly, she made a trash out of this place. And my management company there in the valley, they faltered and everything, and we couldn't really give within 3 weeks this letter. And now we have to pay not her $900 deposit, but she went to small claims court or whatever. I have to pay her $2,700. Can you believe it? 3 times I have to pay more. So you're right, Elijah. What you're saying is correct. You got to really be abiding by the law, have a good, solid, real estate attorney with you. I would say prepaid legal is the way to go, because then you pay a very small amount and they put you in touch with syndication attorneys, and not syndication, but the real estate attorneys. That's how I got Milton there in Dallas, and he charged us way lower than regular, price and so forth. So that's way. Let's go ahead. Thank you. Thank you so much, Elijah, for asking that. Dylan is asking, what terms on your loans criteria do you look for in order to ride through a correction? Very good point. Higher DCR, definitely. Debt to coverage ratio, right? Debt to loan coverage ratio, DCR. If it's higher, like 2% or more, 2.00. I know the banks look for 1.25, 1.35, but most of my properties, I've been actually buying them at about 2.5 DCR, debt coverage ratio. But the best thing is, most of the properties I look for value add. Value add is the best thing to do, because when the rents are lower and you're bringing value into the properties, you are increasing the value of the property appreciably in 6 months, in 9 months, in 12 months, in 2 years. Just for example, Albion I bought for 8.7 million 3 years back on November 19th, 2014. And Fannie Mae lender calls me last year, actually, after 2 years, they said, Vinny, the value has gone to 11.5 million, 8.7 to 11.5 million. That's like a lot of increase, right? So the DCR in that debt coverage ratio with the valuation went much higher, So Dylan, that's a good point. For correction, you definitely want to be very sincere what property you're buying. You want to have a good cash flow, COC cash flow. If you're syndicating it, 12%, 12.5%, or if you're buying from your own money, maybe at least 9% COC, cash on cash you want to do. So what's the minimum COC return do you want to see when buying a stabilized value add property? I would say 9%, if it's your money. If you're getting syndication like I do, that's the world I live in, I have to have it 11.5 and higher. With this little tight market, I'm able to buy even at 11.5. But guess what? Hey, the one I just bought in Atlanta, my COC was 17.5%. 17.5. You say, Vinny? Yes. Those deals are out there, buddy. And I bought 267 units for 37,500 a unit or something. I know another syndication group bought for 66 across the street from me, and I'm really proud of them, and I'm proud of me, that I was able to get that deal. And that is going to grow now, I think, because our rents are $250 lower than the market on the same street of that in the Riverside area of Atlanta, which is growing area, by the way. I do like to, my students are not my, competitors. So I try to tell everybody where I'm going, what I'm buying. The more open you are, the better it is for everybody. I want everybody to be very, very successful in life, and be like Vinney Chopra or better, much better than me, So, all right. Thank you, Dylan. Good question. Carlos is asking me, Vinney, would you be interested in an off-market vacant property? Why and why not? No, I wouldn't be interested. I like to find out. I like to actually play in the momentum plays, it's called. Cash flowing momentum plays, because you have much less risk in the momentum plays when it's 70% occupied, 80%. Usually I go for 80 also. And I did a couple of properties, even 70 when I was doing the renovations. It went to even 50%, by the way, or 55. And now they're back to 98% occupied. I've increased the value of my Monaco villa from 6.580 to $12 million, guys. 12 million. I've increased the value by almost 5.8 million in that property. And that was a good value add. And it's we got the big award in that town, Lake Jackson, Texas. If you go there on the Freeway 332, look at Monaco Villa. All my properties are called villas. But Carlos, answering your question, would be interested in off-market deal, vacant property. You have to see where it is located. Is it a D area or C area? Why it got into vacancy, and how much capex you have to put in, capital improvements to bring it back. You got to have a lot of, muscle, cash flow, mezzanine loan, because nobody's going to give you loan on that property. You have to have hard money. And, the key thing is you got to really look for the story behind the property, why it got to where it is in the last 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. What was wrong with it, right? Because once you buy that property, it's your property. There are people who do really well in those things. I don't like to go into those stuff. I like to even do syndication now, where like I did $23 million one in Atlanta. I got one property, B class, brick building, 1987, 100% occupied, always beautiful, brand new elementary school opening up in the fall, 550,000 square feet of Samsung coming down the street, metro, filmmaking right there down the street, all those things, right? But I combined that with 267 value play. So my investors in the LLC on the top own both of them. So there is much less risk for the investors. And for me, I'm on the loan of $19 million, So anyway, that's where we are. So I hope I answered your question, Carlos. Sean, hi, Sean. How are you doing, buddy? Hey, thank you for joining, Sean. Ask me some questions. Hey, Goshi, thank you joining today, Goshi, and ask me some more questions. There we go, Dylan. Dylan is asking me, have you ever done marketing outside of going through brokers? Okay, direct mail, etc. Also, what are some ways you build strong relationships with brokers in your target market? Very good question, Dylan. Hey, I want to say that, in the early years, 11 years back or so, since, not too many people were into the multifamily, I think, maybe, I always loved competition in my whole life. I've loved competition. Hey, I'm just trying to make sure I'm looking good on the picture. I just like to have fun, man. That's the key thing about it. Come and have fun with Vinney Chopra over there at vinneychopra.com and listen to my recordings, my podcasts and everything, and get a lot of free stuff. I give out my ebooks, free stuff, lots of things, my video lectures. And then if you want to learn more, you can definitely have, a lot of fun, in listening to me and talking to me and so forth. You can text me and email me. I'm retired, semi-retired. I love it. Okay, so answer your question, Dylan, buddy. Yes, we did do some letter campaigns early on, 10 years back. And then, you know what? I felt like I can get better deals, not from the sellers, because when the sellers want to sell a deal to you, they are always looking for a cut down in the price. Even though I don't mind that, like to buy it off market, of course. But then I said, you know what? A good buyer, a seller is going to go through their contacts to talk to the broker and, ask them, hey, how much is my property worth and so forth like that. So I said, why don't I start building with the brokers relationship? I'm a broker in California, and I would tell them, hey, my mantra is I'm not going to take any split commission, because they would ask me, Vinney, you are a broker, would you take money from me? I said, no. If you are making 200,000 on the deal, you make 400,000, because you will become my buyer broker also. So that's what I did it, and I've done all 26 deals, and I got 12 deals in the last 2 years. When everybody's saying it's so tough to get deals, I have really done well, guys. I'm sorry. We have done really well. My properties are, way up there, and now I have people, bidding on my properties to buy, which I bought 2-3 years back, multifamily, almost over 2,100 units of something I bought in 2 years, So anyway, so answer your question, you could start I will never say no to anything. You've got to figure out how to get off-market deals. If it is through the letter campaign, I don't want to spend too much money. I'm a very cheap, no, I'm frugal, I should say. All multimillionaires are very frugal, and that's how we do well. But the thing is, you got to find and build relationships with the brokers by giving them feedback. Listen to my lectures and sending them every 10 days. You need to have a contact with the broker, text or email. Put your picture in your signature always. On your business card, put your picture always. And you try to do FaceTime with your brokers. Send them gifts and candies and chocolates and everything. So you can really, I went to Atlanta only one time, guys, in July, end of July, I think. I only went there for 3 days. I got 92 deals, and I underwrote 42 and 44, and then I got best and final on 4. Didn't get them, but I'd never give up. And then I got these 2 nuggets coming to me in December while we were last year in Hawaii, and he texted me, the broker. And now I've got $50 million fund coming up in January, middle of January, 506C. So lots and lots of people are really sending me their, hey, I'm accredited. I want to invest with you, Vinney, because they're really liking what kind of returns I'm giving. I've given 43.3% return. I've given 67% return per year, guys. And now I can talk about it because I'm going to do with the accredited investors only my investments. Let's go to this one. I hope I answered your question, Dylan. And you're my student also. You can ask me any more questions when we do live one-on-one. I'll be love to help you there. Okay, Brian. Brian is asking, would you recommend getting your brokerage license? No. I met with 2 really good, sharp people yesterday for breakfast. And I was sharing, they were asking me, Vinney, would you like us to make a, broker license or real estate license? Never. The thing is, you want to really have the clout that you know about multifamily and you know about syndication. You never tell the brokers that you're going to be a syndicator. You always say that you have equity partners. You do have investors. We have equity. We'll be buying multifamily in this particular area, and our model is that we only work with selling brokers or listing brokers, not selling, listing brokers only. I remember 10 years back, a lot of brokers would send me the deals, and my first question was, hey, are you the listing broker of this multifamily? And they'll say, Vinney, no, I'm not. And I'll say, you know what, sorry about that, man. I appreciate your reaching out to me, but I wouldn't be buying it from you. I was very candid. I've been very straightforward guy all my life, and I would not waste his time. And then I told the brokers, the listing brokers of the big brokerage houses in Atlanta also, I went there. I said, you know what? I will not be taking my commission split. You'll be my buyer broker. That's why I like that, and I teach all that in my, courses. But, so answering your question, no, you don't have to get that. You could just say my company's model is we have the equity and we work with only listing brokers. Brian Lee. Hi, Brian. how are you? Hey, Georgie, ask me some questions too, buddy. Let's see. Brian is asking, would you recommend getting? Okay, I answered that. Sean Jacob is asking, can you talk about the lending side of the business? I would love to, and that's my passion about it. And do you use bridge lending or try to use Fannie Freddie? I have mostly Fannie Freddie and local banks actually, and I'll tell you why I love a broker who is really honest, who works for you. I've had in my 10-year career, 11-year career, 2 brokers, and I would love to give you the advantages of both. And well, the first broker with my old 2 companies, which is Ideal IG, we are closing down that company. Steve, I'll just say his name, Steve. He was okay. He was good. He would always put pressure on us and not tell me the background and how this whole thing works and everything. I love Brandon very much, and I would love to say his name now, Brandon Brown from LMI Capital in Houston, Texas. He can write loans all over USA. He does the most multifamily loans, I think, in the country. His office does, and I love him, and he's a great pal of mine. And it started with the way I share that in some of my podcasts. I wrote him a check for $18,000 just because he got me a qualifying letter that got me the property, my number 3 property, near to Clear Lake, in Houston area. And my Fannie Mae lender got to like me, my business model. He says, Vinney, you don't need a loan broker, and we'll do it for free for you. You don't have to pay 1% of the loan, which is $100,000, So, but I told Brandon, I said, Brandon, you know what, buddy, you got me that one piece of letter which got me the property. I owe it to you, and I'll pay you the day of closing 0.25% of the loan. And I did. I wrote him a check for $18,000 for one piece of paper. He said, Vinney, you are a different kind of guy. I appreciate, but a lot of people try to, say, hey, you just send me that piece of paper and I don't need you, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, but now after that, I have such great relationship. As soon as I get my listing, I'm not even listing, it's a napkin listing in my new book coming up. Look for my book, guys. And in there, I explain my napkin listing, because what it is that's where people are, the brokers are meeting with the sellers on a napkin. They don't even have it on a pocket listing yet. They're just meeting with the, brokers. In the Houston area, it's really funny. I used to get same property from 5 brokers, same property. Somebody will give me first. After a week, I get the same property, and then I say, hey, man, I saw that 1 week back. And, somebody brought me after 5 weeks. I say, hey, man, I saw it 6 weeks back, But my alliance was with the very first broker who brings it to me. That's the way. You got to set the stage right. And I always told them, I said, hey, I'll be buying it from you. As a matter of fact, Arbor Pine I bought after 2 years or so. I love that property, and it's really gone in value by $2 million. Now in just about a year, it's gone in value by $2 million higher. That's 33% up, in equity. Anyway, but the thing is, I tell the brokers, hey, you showed me that property 2 years back. I'm ready to buy it now. So I'll go back to that broker and try to get him the commission, I believe in that. I'm a broker myself. Never made a dime in commission, never will sell. I'm a syndicator. I'm a multifamily investor. And my main passion right now is to really bring the lifestyles for the baby boomers and millennials, because of the stock market is pretty high, man. Oh my gosh, yesterday it went up again. I don't know, big correction is coming. People are going to take out money from the stock market pretty soon and put it into real estate. Anyway, that's what my prediction is. Not all of it, but quite a bit of it. So bridge lending, I don't like it. You got to be the construction, you have to be very adept at it. The bridge loans can really put you in trouble. But if you are good at it, you have the experience, go for it. But the thing is, it takes 3 times, what am I saying? 30% more in cost, or 40%, even 50% more than the estimates. And the time to construct can be 30 to 40% more time. So you got to plan all that in your underwriting, and then also to lease it up. That's the other thing. You have to plan a whole big thing, if you have all those things. But the best part is, now I am able to get from the local banks 80% loan, plus also they finance like the closing costs, thanks to Brandon. He's an amazing guy. I don't even meet with these people. He runs my whole show, and I give the pocket listings to him right away. He underwrites it in 2-3 hours. I underwrite, my team underwrites, and then we are able to, pull the plug. I buy properties within 1 hour or 2 hours of it, Anyway, okay. Hey, awesome stuff. Thank you. Thank you, Dylan. I hope I could add value to you, buddy. But, Freddie Mac small business loan, it takes a little bit longer to get it, but that's another one I like. I think 2 properties, I have that one. Fannie Mae loans, I have several. And then, of course, the local banks also. It's good to really believe in economies of scale. I really believe in that, economies of scale, because then you can really manage it better. I really promote also in my lectures that you should really work with a property management company in the size of the units that you're purchasing, but you learn from them and then you start your own company. That's what we have done. I have 4 companies now, 2 acquisition companies and 2 management companies, 67 employees that I have now full-time in my new company, Monil Investment Group. That's our kids' name, Monica and Neil. Investment Group and Management Group. So I'm the CEO of both, and we have done it in 3 years, guys. In 3 years, we have all this. Okay, let's go to here. Scott Hoover. Scott, I'm glad. Thank you, buddy. Very helpful. Thank you, Vinny. Nick, Sean, and I are working hard. You bet. Good luck to you. If I can have any help to you, please reach out to me in email or text me, and I would love to send you some of my recordings of anything that might help you in your, quest of any question that you might have, Scott. If you have any other question, I would appreciate that. Joshua, hi Joshua. Thanks, Vinny, for your wisdom. I appreciate that. I really do. I'm the kind of guy who didn't know nothing. I did not know what cash on cash was, what LOI, letter of intent, was, what NOI, that's net operating income, was, what debt coverage ratio was. IRR, I didn't know nothing about it, man. I did not know. We were buying single family homes, my wife and I, as many we could buy. We bought lots of them. And then, it was okay. It was okay. But the thing is that, single family homes can only get you to this point to this point. Or flipping homes or wholesaling homes, it's a paycheck to paycheck. But in the multifamily investing, I love the fact, the occupancy, the depreciation, and everything. You can really live free. Elijah is a very good friend of mine right now from Sacramento. He's bought 1 fourplex, which he already had it. He bought another fourplex. He's buying a single family home in a very creative finance. He's in my mastermind. We were talking about it today. Joshua is going for big gun hold, and Dylan is going for multifamily. That's the world I live in. That is the right world to live in. I wrote my prospects for 2018, and please look at my blogs also at vinneychopra.com. That's www.vinneychopra, VINNEYCHOPRA, Chopra.com, and you will listen to. I'm writing about 2 blogs a week. I'm writing a lot more, my comments from the students, and my academy, Multifamily Syndication Academy, is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. I'm recording a lot more chapters. I'm recording and putting it on. My digital people are working very hard to put more things in there. And just by spending $1,000 or whatever one time, you get everything, all enchilada that I'm putting over there. And then, since my time is limited, I do have to kind of put a little number on that one, but I don't like to, But my main income comes from my investments. I'm a syndicator, and I'm doing a $50 million fund coming up in January. And I'll be having a website. I'll be doing the advertising on Facebook and the whole bit. But I've got 130 investors. I can raise $6 million to about $10 million in a couple of days from my present investors, So my first round will be about 15 million, and then I'll be able to deploy that. I've hired a fund administrator. I have a very good company. It's called Creop, by the way, CREOP. If you will, please look at that also .com. They design your brochures very nicely from Los Angeles and things like that. Okay, hey guys, it's gone longer. I got to get to the temple. I am volunteering there, and it's been such a pleasure to be with a lot of you today. I appreciate you. And tomorrow, I mean next week, I'll try to see. I will be in Texas, so 10 o'clock there is 12 o'clock. Why not? I will do it from there. I love doing this, so I will do it from Texas. I'll be with my, my team of people and everything. Almost 54 people will be there, and we have a holiday party on Thursday night. And if you are near Houston, come by Hilton Garden Inn and join me there and meet me there at my party. And my VP of operation, we got $14,000 donation, contribution actually from our preferred vendors. So they are paying for the party, and I'm just showing up there, and it's going to be a lot of fun. We are giving bonuses, our quarterly bonuses. I pay every single employee of mine. I pay them quarterly bonuses. I like to do it good, and make sure that we share the wealth in management, in everything I do. So that's the way to do it. Thank you for sharing. Thank you so much. Thank you, Elijah. I appreciate you guys. And let's hook back again next week, Friday. We'll try to do it. I know Hawaii. Following week, we are in Hawaii. I'll do it from there too, man. I love it. I'll be on the beach, and I'd love to do it from my Fairmont Hotel from there. I think we'll be at Fairmont Hotel in Maui over there, and Hyatt Regency in the first part of it. And then we are, we'll do it. We'll do it. Let's see. So we'll make it every week. Friday, I was just thinking to take off a couple of weeks, but no wonder. We'll do it. Okay, thank you so much. Have fun. God bless you all. And let's make it happen. I'm going to talk about syndication next time, a lot more, because that's the world you want to live in. Pool the money together with your friends, because they have oodles of money. There's so much money around there. They don't know where to put it, but you can pool it together. You can actually buy multifamily bigger. I'm buying now 300, 400, 500 units, but I started with 14 units. See, 14, 18, 72, 60, 60, 156, 192, 160, 50, 260. I mean, that's how you increase up, and you can really make it big in this business. Thank you, guys. Thank you again. I just don't want to go. I mean, I'm having so much fun. Bye-bye. Have a rocking weekend. And we'll meet back here Friday morning, 10 a.m. Pacific, every time. Even though I go to Europe, I'll do it from there. We'll be traveling a lot, going to Greece and other stuff. Coming up here, and Cancun in January, I think we go to Greece, and Santorini and everywhere. So we're going to do it. Yes, we'll do it every Friday. Thank you, Elijah. You are my hero. You put me on there, buddy. Thanks so much. Take care. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.